second gear. Well, shit. Time to take the transmission out. She do be making some really unhealthy noises. Time to assess the damage. I'm like 99% sure that second gear left the chat and it's just kind of bouncing around in the case of the transmission. So let me get it inside and start digging. I don't know. What the hell are you ignition speed kids doing here, huh?
We're doing a thing.
So this is Jason. Jason's a longtime buddy of mine. He is going to be buying the Montego Blue Miata, the crashed deer Miata. So I'm not sure what he's going to do with it, but passing the torch on him. It's nice to see other people getting the Miatas, honestly. And yeah, he's going to just drive it for a little bit, probably manual swap it. I don't know what he's going to do here. Don't hit any deers. Yeah, no deer whacking. So not sure what his plans are for this car yet, but it is going to be done on my channel for a little bit. Actually, you know what? He probably end up back on there eventually. You know? Yeah. Check out these guys here, Ignition Speed. They have a channel. They just got a shop as well. So they're going to be doing builds and all sorts of fun stuff. So hopefully collaborate with them at some point too. So, all right, Jason, you're the proud owner of a 1995 Mazda Miata automatic.
Oh yeah.
That hit a deer and hit a wall. Goodbye, little Miata. It's both. It's going. It got quieter, but.
Oh, it's mad at you.
Dude,
oh my!
I heard a big kerplunk in there too, so we got some sort of gears in there. It's not bad. Look at it.
It still looks like it's like decent oil. There's just a lot of metal in it.
Bro,
a lot.
Dude, it's got fucking. It's got 2 events on it.
On the oil?
Yeah. Been fishing before. Ready? Where are we? See that? That's nice. Little
oh,
chunk.
that's a thick boy. Oh, that's a tooth.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a bigger tooth. Oh.
Yeah, be careful. It's probably sharp, dude. That's what I'm saying. There's got to be some good stuff in here.
Oh, yeah. Here,
Yeah.
show the people this. That's a full-on tooth.
Second gear went bye-bye. Good
You,
thing.
you definitely did the kapow.
Yeah, I gotta not drive like a dumbass. I gotta remember.
That means you're driving good. You're doing good.
I gotta remember this is a Miata though. I don't feel like replacing transmissions every week. All right, not too bad. That took me exactly 1 hour to get the transmission out. Started at 12:59, it's 1:59 now. So, big question I have too is I went to do it last time. I'll show you the video now of the problem that I was having. And we have an issue. So if you look at my flywheel here, this probably has about 5,000 miles on it. Not a lot of miles. I just didn't like how it felt. This side, you look, it's nice. It feels like it hasn't even been used on this side. And then you go over here, and it's like hot spot. It's like a cheetah print. Oh, man. How does that even happen? This thing has 40,000 miles. Maybe the flywheel was just not machined correctly? Is that possible? and that was causing my issue, because the only reason I was replacing it is I would let go, and on decel it was like whoa, 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 whoa. It's like I'm shaking. It's like oh, dud, 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 dud. Oh man, it didn't fix it. It's jiggling the hell out of me. So basically, even before I put this trans and clutch and flywheel and everything in there, as you like decelerate, it's like wow, 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 wow. So I want to try and figure that out. I want to know if like the crank is bent or something's going on. So I'm probably gonna pull the clutch off. The clutch only has two events and 4 laps on it, so it should be pretty good. I'm gonna pull that off, and then I think I'm gonna get like a dial bore gauge or something, and then rotate the engine over and just kind of see if something's kind of shimmying around, which if it is, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. Kind of want to set this car up nicely this time. I might put a different engine in it. We'll have to see. So play it by ear. But for now, I'm supposed to go to my birthday dinner, and I decided to pull a transmission beforehand. So
For some beers now for your birthday dinner?
definitely ready for some birthday beers. Also, I noticed this.
Oh, whoa, dude.
Like, that's not supposed to do that. So I don't know, man. I did some damage on this thing. I really freaking didn't even drive it. I mean, I guess I drove it pretty hard. I can't even say that. I drove it harder than I've seen a lot of people drive Miatas, so kind of learning the limits of these things. But bad. All right, people, it's been a couple days. I've got myself one of these dial indicators. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the clutch off, and I wanna figure out what's going on with my crankshaft or flywheel or whatever. I need to just verify. I have a feeling that my crankshaft has like a wobble to it. I'm not sure how. It's got 45,000 miles. This is the original engine out of this car. And granted, like 5,000 of the miles are just like me beating the absolute shit out of it. But at the same time, I don't know. I guess these have short nose crank problems, but normally that's the front of the engine, not the back of the engine. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to clamp this on to something underneath and then use the flywheel, or put the dial indicator on the flywheel and then spin the engine around, and it'll kind of say how skewed it is. Once I get that reading, I'm gonna pull the flywheel off. Then I'm gonna do the same thing. There's like a little circle, probably about yay big, right on the crankshaft where the flywheel bolts up. If you can see this is the gauge that I'll be using. Basically, as you push it, it gives an indication of how much things move. So in theory, if I mount this somewhere sturdy with this piece, basically clamp it on there, tighten it up, and I rest this on the face of the flywheel, as it rotates, it will just kind of, it'll push it and kind of tell me what's going on. Are you gonna fit, you bitch? All right. Now I have a socket on the front, and I'm going to rotate this flywheel, and you guys are gonna see if things move. Oh, it has to be fucking doing something. I'm gonna try and watch now. I don't know. Like, it's not moving too much though. So it's moving like a little bit, but I don't think it's moving an excessive amount. See if it's even sticking on there. This fucking dial indicator sucks too. I had to have gotten the worst fucking possible dial indicator that I could have. Huh. All right. Well, this helps me not at all. Now, maybe it's a tuning issue or something. I have no idea. Like this flywheel, and granted, it only has 2 track days and 4 laps on it total. Like, it looks pretty solid. As well as the clutch. The clutch looks like it's doing the clutch thing, not like worn all fucking weird. I mean, maybe a little bit, but all in all, looks like a clutch that you broke in by clutch dumping it. But the last one that I used was half of it half of the flywheel was hot spots, half of it looked brand new. So that's how I was like, maybe something fucked up on it. But the amount of wiggle it actually showed, granted this is a Harbor Freight dial indicator, it doesn't look that bad. Like, that's very, very minimal movement. So like, it could do it. I don't know. There's not much else. The only thing I didn't change, I don't think, is the drive shaft. I don't know why the fuck the drive shaft will make weird noises or make anything buck, but maybe the U-joints are fucked on it. They seem okay. Even in this one. I don't know. I have no idea. I also changed the diff, and this one did not last very long. This little rubber dude. Luckily the diff itself is fine, but this little rubber fella just kind of left the chat. So I'm gonna try and crack this bolt off and take this out so I don't have to take the diff out. If I gotta take the diff out, I'm gonna be pissed off, and I'll probably end up just putting a Torsen in it and be done with this car for a little bit. Not driving it. So I'd like to be able to drift a couple more events this season. Oh shit, that came right off. Okay. Oh shit. Oh goddamn. All right, that came off wicked easy. Holy shit. Oh shit. You fucking doofus. Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh man, you just started peeing on me. Okay, so I'm gonna act quickly and swiftly and try and just give it the good old rippy poo. Rippy poo, slippy poo. Come on, baby. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, god damn it. Oh, you fucked it. Oh, you fucked it real good. Oh, no. Oh, no. What the fuck? Okay, it's all back together without the little ring because it ripped off its rubber home. Now, this can't be too important. It's just like a big weight, maybe for like highway use and stuff, but, well, the diff, not that important. My only fear is that this fucking thing leaks now. Look at the gap between that little spacer. Like, I don't know. All right, so we have the transmission that's blown. Over here, we have the original transmission that came out of it. This is a 1.6 transmission, which is apparently weaker. It's only got 45,000 miles, but it's not terribly shabby. This one is an NB 5-speed that came out of the lifted Miata, and it pops out of first gear. So I don't really want to use that. I was hoping to try and take this one apart and take that one apart and then see if there's a way to like salvage first gear on that gear set and put it onto this one, and you know, maybe it'll work. I've never built a transmission before, but I don't know, it'd be something fun to do. And then worst case scenario is they never go back together and I have 2 broken transmissions still. So, you know. And upstairs we have this transmission that is mine. I don't actually know what the fuck it came out of. I have no idea, but that's the transmission I'm gonna use. I have good feeling about this one. So gotta take the shifter out of here, take this little bushing and put it in there because this one's a new bushing. And then lastly, change over the throw-out bearing. I put a fresh one on when I did the transmission last, so this throw-out bearing is in very good shape. It's still pretty loose in there, but all right, I'm gonna swap the fork, swap this, just kind of pop that out, pop it on the other one. Okay, sudden discovery. Things aren't going great. So this is the old transmission, the one that's blown up. If you look at this input shaft here, like, see how it's one uniform finish? Nice, you know what I mean? Like the pilot bearing rides here. Look at this one. This is the transmission that I had to throw in. You can see it from here. Like, this is a very noticeable dent. So where it slides into the pilot bearing, there will be quite a big of a gap. Like, you can feel it with your fingers, and I hope you can see it in the video. It's pretty fucked. So this is kind of what I have for now to use, so, you know, might as well throw it in. flywheel are back on. They're torqued roughly. They've got Loctite on them. The surfaces were cleaned. I'm just gonna run it. Things aren't going well, but I have bigger plans for this car eventually. It's just kind of not in the cards right now, but I would love to take this car and do some crazy shit with it eventually. But for now, just want to drive. This is my drift car. My 240 SX is not done yet. That is another conversation. I have a lot of stuff to do to this car. This is a full-blown, full-length build that I have coming up for that as well. But for now, I think I'm going to slap the transmission in. Hopefully that diff doesn't leak. I've got transmission fluid getting dropped off in like an hour or two. Fill the transmission up once it's in. Fill the diff up. Try a different drive shaft. Smack it all back together. Cross your fingers. Take it for a test drive. Maybe rip a donut. And hopefully we'll be good for next 2 months. It's August. It's halfway through August now. We live in the Northeast, so drifting is only up until like November. So got like 2 or 3 more months of fun, and yeah, then this car can retire, hopefully finish the 240, and that will be my drift car from the foreseeable future. And then this car can get some much needed love. It needs a lot. So it'll get there. But for now, I'm gonna try and put this transmission in by myself. I've never done it by myself. I think I got it. I mean, I've done it a million times. It's just gonna be a pain in the ass to try and like, you know what I mean? So, but I've done it a lot, so wish me luck. Yeah, if you're gonna do that, have a buddy help you. Honestly, this jack is super sketchy, but it did help me out a lot. So we're pretty much lined up. I think I can suck it in from there with some bolts. But holy shit, that was scary. I almost dropped it a couple times. All right, so transmission's back in the car. It was a pain in the ass because I pinched the wiring harness in between the transmission and the engine. So I had to take it all back out, and doing that by yourself is kind of a pain in the ass. So whatever, that's all done. Everything's tight. These are tight, slave cylinders on, power plant frame's good, wiring's good, speedo is connected, wideband is good. Now, I pulled this thing back off because I have a sad diff from another car. I pulled off the little tail shaft here, and this one is from the car I just took out. And then this one is from an automatic. So like, it looks to be the same height. Everything seems to be the same. Oh shit, oh, okay, yeah, there's bolts, okay. So yeah, everything seems to be the same height, same diameter, everything. So just to be safe, I think I'm gonna put this one on because it has the little seals on it too, and good to go. Before I put the exhaust on and finish this up, this is good now. The other thing I noticed is that I am shooting axle grease kind of everywhere. These are the half shaft axles, which is my favorite, super easy to get off. Just take these 4 bolts off, and then there's a cap that has grease in it for the inner axle. I'm gonna check it out and make sure everything's good. If not, I have an extra axle right there I can just slap in. I figured why not check it now so I don't have to dick around next time, and this car will be just ready to rock and roll when I want to go sliding. So this is a little cap that has the grease in it. It just popped off, so maybe I'll put a little bit more grease in there if I have any in my cabinet of mystery. Just shove some grease in there and then tap, 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 tap. Pop that little fella back in and throw the axle back on. All right, so I got the transmission fluid. Normally I'm a red line guy. I don't have enough red line. And it would take me like 4 or 5 days to get redline in. So I was like, well, Amazon Prime, some of this stuff. It seemed to have pretty good reviews and fits the specifications. So we'll slap it in there. And then as for the diff, it's just a welded diff. So any old gear oil will do. It'll be fine. Moment of truth. let it warm up for a minute before I go crazy. She moves out of the garage. That's good. So now I'm gonna go take it for a drive. See if it feels any different at all. I mean, I very highly doubt it's gonna feel different, but whatever. See if the transmission's doing a thing. And all right, let's take this car for a quick little spin. Make sure everything feels all right. You know, I don't know. Should be fine. Yeah, that's a welded diff, baby. Yeah, feels like a drift car still. Seems to be shifting pretty good though. Just dope. I could probably go hit it with that. As long as I don't drive like a dumbass. Same stupid issue. I think it's a tuning issue. It also, like, you let off the clutch a little bit too soon, it's like so that's probably something with a diff. It's also a puck clutch, so I've never dealt with a puck clutch before. But it's like, yeah, you can feel it. It's like, You hear it? As soon as you're on it, though. Oh, this thing sounds so good. All right. So it's got to be like a tuning issue, and I'm not going to get it tuned until I fucking do a couple more things to it. Like, the intercooler piping on this car is made out of steel. Like, not stainless, not aluminum, fucking steel. Just steel intercooler piping, super ghetto. It also goes in stupid directions. My intercooler is all old. Like, everything about this, yeah, here's the, oh yeah, you feel real good. It's like, I'm assuming it's a tuning thing, and I, honestly, I've tried fucking with the tuning, and I cannot figure it out. Like, I could sit there and play with it for a long time, which I might do, but realistically, I gotta find somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing to kind of check everything out and get everything all situated. But as long as it's good at wide open throttle, it's good at wide open throttle, it can party. I'd say that's pretty good. Mission success. I love this car. Super, super fun car. Something's just not right with it. It's got to get dialed in. I think it's the tune, honestly, but other than that, this car fucks. Super fun car. Really, really cool looking. Super aggressive. Love me a red car, and yeah, good unit. So please give this video a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll get back to you if you're not an asshole. All right, guys, take it easy.